Welcome back to another SUP board review, and this week we're going to be looking at the SAR-335 regular all-round 10-foot board. As the board name sort of suggests, it is designed for general all-round regular paddling, family paddling, having fun on a paddleboard, and very much first-time paddleboarding. Specifications for the board: 10 foot long, 32 inches wide, 6 inches thick, which gives you 200 litres in volume. It weighs only 10 kilograms and it retails at £625 or $829. The board comes with a central slide-in fin and 2 mini PVC fins. The materials of the board are drop stitch internal core, and then it's wrapped in their fusion technology that SAR-335 do, with multiple layers of PVC around the board. So moving on to the SUP board, thoughts and impressions. Like all the SAR-335s we've tested so far, all the boards have a very solid feel and look, and they are generally very well made for the money. Same sort of standard things you'd find in the other boards. There's carrying, bungee straps up at the front there. Obviously you're not going to load this board up too much because it's not going to take that much weight because of its length, but you still are going to get your sandwiches and your flip-flops and your drink under there quite happily. Got the neoprene padded carry handle, large EVA crocodile deck grip pad that goes right around the tail, and it's nicely finished off around the valve there. All of SAR-335's all-round iSUPS are finished off in the same colourway as this, so there are a few other sizes out there to choose from too. Moving on to the bag and pump, it has the same bag and pump as we've reviewed in other boards, and the pump is a two-way pump that pumps air on the upstroke and on the downstroke, and then you have a valve you can turn it over and just pump on the downstroke. The pump is absolutely fine. You can get a good amount of pressure in this board with this pump, and it's not too much hard work. It does take a little bit longer than the standard big pumps, but it does pump the board up to a fine amount of pressure in about 3 to 4 minutes. The bag is the same bag that we've reviewed with other SAR-335s, a nice, well-made, lightweight bag that fits the board in really easy. It's got nice padded shoulder straps, hasn't got any padding down the back, and hasn't got any wheels, but again, for a lightweight bag, it fits the board in really easy, and it is relatively comfortable to carry the board too. So looking at the shape of the board and the fin setup the board comes with, the board has a relatively wide overall shape because it is 32 wide, which offers you a large amount of stability for its length. Being 10 foot long, it's not that long, so you can use it in a sort of all-round environment, a bit of surf, a bit of all-round family fun. The nice thing about this tail shape this board has got compared to other boards with the more pulled in pintail, it does seem to track slightly easier in a straight line, and then when you do get on a little wave, it would be a little bit easier to turn because of the more pinned in tail. All of the more performance iSUPs we've seen have slightly more pulled in pintails, and they do seem to surf better, so we would think this would be similar in the outline template. It won't be super good at surfing because it is 6 inches thick. We do know that the thicker you go, you do lose a bit of performance there, but then this board really is designed for family fun and just getting on the water and having fun. So the board shape is pretty simple, with a small amount of rocker at the front there, flat towards the tail, with a 2+1 fin setup, which is the same as reviewed in the other SAR-335 touring board and the smaller 9.2 SAR-335 we reviewed as well. It comes with a slide-in fin which slides into the fin box, clips to the back, and you put the clipper in and away you go. Very simple to use, not the strongest of systems to be honest, and also it doesn't have a huge amount of performance, but then to be honest, this is a basic get you on the water board, so it does suit the board absolutely fine. The nice thing about having these two indestructible side fins is if you are going to go and start doing some real small moving water, maybe really shallow moving water areas, maybe it's 4 or 5 inches deep, you can take that fin off and you'll still be able to pull down the river with these side fins, and you're not going to damage your center fin. So that's a really nice thing about having all-round sort of boards like this with two sort of indestructible side fins. So when we put this board through the deflection test, remember the deflection test is where we put the board on a gap of 1.5 meters apart, and we put a weight of 75 kilograms in the center, and we measure how much the board drops. This board only dropped 14 millimeters, which is pretty good, and it's actually the same as the SAR-335 touring 11.8 board we tested, because it should be, because it is virtually it's the same construction and it's also the same thickness. For general paddling, it is nice and easy. Hasn't got a huge amount of glide because it is not that long, and it is 32 inches wide, but because of the relatively big center fin, it does track in a nice easy straight line. It's very easy to get up and start and learn paddleboarding, definitely if you're a mid-weight rider. you could take it surfing and long distance cruises, but it is, remember, an all-round SUP, so it's going to be best for just doing a bit of everything, but general paddling on the flat is where it really will excel. So who do we think it's best suited for? Well, as you probably guessed, it is a good all-round SUP because it pretty much says it in the title. Weight wise, you're going to be able to get on it as a fairly light rider on this, maybe, well, as light as you can go, 50 kilos, even get the kids on it because it's nice and short. It's still easy to turn around, unlike a very long board like a 11.8 touring Shark SUP. It's a little bit harder to move. We found that we put beginners on it really weighing up to about the sort of 85 kilograms really is a comfortable heavier weight. Otherwise than that, maybe you should be looking at something a little bit longer or a little bit wider. Pros and cons and value for money, well, you've probably guessed it, it does do everything pretty well. It is an all-round SUP, gets you on the water for a good price. Maybe the con, you're going to have to look after the fin a little bit because they are a little bit susceptible to getting broken, but I know you can get spares of those, so it's something to be aware of. Value for money, yeah, it's a good price point board, definitely not the cheapest, but definitely not the most expensive, sitting at a good price point in the market, and it's easily worth the money it is. It's going to be a 4 stars for us because it ticks the overall package of the board. And remember, you can get this board also with aluminium paddle and carbon paddles as extras too. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found that useful. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out SUPboarder Mag for more great independent technique and reviews, and also SUPboarder Pro. See you next time.